Yo guys, this is Reinhardt, and today let's talk about Unholy Decay's pressure. A lot of people message me and complain about that Unholy is unable to kill people. And you know what, that's partially true because we are actually the spec that does a lot of spread out damage and damage over time, nothing burst. When it comes to Frost, if you fuck up something, you can make it up with excessive amount of burst. Same thing goes for Warrior. When it comes for Unholy, if we are not flawless with our rotation, shit is not gonna go down unless it's in 2v2 fights. And most of the 2v2 fights that I actually won was not when the healer went but I would say at least 30% of the fights I actually had to the healer, and it was only around like 2200 rating. So let's talk. What makes Unholy good and what's your rotation should be like? First of all, what's my rotation is like? Pretty simple. This is my target. I'm putting Chain of Ice, I'm doing Blood Strike. The target is at full HP and it's not a rogue or a mage. I do another Necrotic Strike to get my Death's Advance proc. Right after that, I do my Festering Strike. Alright. This was a bit slow because I had to show you. Now let's look at my rotation and the way I do it. Really quick. Ready? Go. Chain of Ice. Black Strike. Necrotic Strike. Festering Strike. What's gonna happen in that time? Because I do Festering Strike very fast. Here. Black Strike. Necrotic Strike. Festering Strike. Festering Strike refresh my Chain of Ice, so I don't have to waste the other one. And then I usually do either Pestilence or I do Blood Strike, depending if the target has any surrounding enemies or not. That's the basic rotation for Unholy to start up. Then let's talk about the DPS rotation. Well, pretty simple. Your runic power gets too close, make sure you dump that freaking runic power because you need the runic corruption procs. If you're not utilizing runic corruption procs, go back to Frost because you're gonna get owned and you're not gonna put out as much pressure. When you shoot Necrotic Strike, when you shoot Squish Strike, well, it's very simple, guys. Okay, the target is 50% or more HP. Do Necrotic Strikes. The target is a caster and a healer, and it's either, let's say, a shaman or a paladin. Necrotic Strike. Never Squish Strike them. But let's say their druid is about to die at 20k HP, and he only has leather armor. What do? You spam those Squish Strikes. I'm gonna show you a couple 2v2 footages following up with that. Basic strategy. When you see target 100% HP and has a significant amount of armor, go ahead and Necrotic Strike. If the target is about 20k HP, go ahead and Scourge Strike, because you need to kill that target. If the target is CC and you see yourself getting a kill, go ahead and Scourge Strike instead of Necrotic Strikes. On the other hand, Necrotic Strikes are amazing to put out pressure. Necrotic Strikes are what makes Unholy viable when it comes to arena. And if you are doing 3v3, you most likely gonna do 90% of the time Necrotic Strikes and 10% of the time Scourge Strikes, because you will need to get the kill eventually. That's about it, guys. Let's look at arena matches now. As a pressure point for Unholy, what you have to do is you have to combine your Enraged Pet, Gargoyle, your Trinket, your Unholy Frenzy, your Pet Stun and Strangulate all at the same time. So then you can have a most amount of pressure possible. And during that time, your pressure is probably by far higher than even the Frost Decay's pressure. That's when the shit will gonna die. That's when you can actually kill something. I got a Mind Freeze here off. Right away I'm activating my Empower Runic Weapon, stacking those Necrotics and waiting. My pet is about to get enraged as well. I'm enraging my pet and this Pally is in trouble. He decides to actually hedge me defensively, but I copied that hedge and I want to duel against him. Anyway, enough with watching those kind of fucking duels and enough with all this nerd analyzing. Let me show you some of my arena games, and those arena games are gonna be in a Skype.
Rogue Priest.
Should I get mana burn too much?
Or I'm sapped.
Okay.
Rogue's on you, coming towards you. Give you a hand of freedom.
Gouged. Okay, he's gonna tunnel vision fear into you, gripping him back. Stunning priest. Popping garg on him. He pain sapped. Gonna stack necrotics. You gonna get feared? No?
No, rogue on me. Kidney shot.
Gripping this heal. Very desperate prayer. Strongly forceful 7 seconds. He's gonna go down here. He's down.
Alright.
This map was ridiculously long because, as we all know, it's very hard to kill a druid healer being a death knight because you get kited to death. So I had to switch here, back and forth, putting a lot of pressure. And on top of it, my pally was a relatively low rated. He's 1700, and I think he still has a lot more to learn besides even his experience. I think his experience maybe even like 1600, to be honest. Anyway, for this kind of situation, my pilot did not hatch or do anything, so I actually had to rely solely on myself, only here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna speed up here until the interesting moments in this match. Gonna pad road decay here, pad roading here. I'm cloned. I get cloned again. Gonna stun decay here.
Uh-oh. Stunned. Try getting in that. Oh, I'm silenced.
Grabbing him back. Give yourself freedom, run away. I get cloned again, trinketing this clone.
Oh, come on.
Switching to a druid.
I am going...
Druid's going down. Finally he went down.
Nice.
I hope this video helps you guys to become a better Unholy Decay and to put pressure. Don't forget, Scourge Strike when a target gets slowed. If you want, rewind back and you will see that the reason why I killed that druid over there is I was Scourge Striking him when he was in full Strangulate or a pet stun and my pet was on him. But to get him low, I actually use necrotic stacks. You have to dance around with those two abilities. It's pretty simple once you get used to the whole concept here. Unholy is not the easiest class to play when it comes to melee, but it definitely has its rewards. Thank you and have a good one.